Imagine for a moment that there exists a version of you living in a parallel reality, silently observing every choice you make and every path you choose. What if this alternate self, existing in a different timeline, is trying to communicate with you, sending you subtle signs? The idea of parallel realities might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but quantum physics suggests that the reality we perceive is just one of infinite possibilities. Every decision you make, every thought that crosses your mind, potentially aligns you with one of these countless realities. In each of these, there is a version of you, some living extraordinary lives, others facing unique challenges. But all these versions share a deep, invisible connection with you. Now, what if you could consciously tune into these alternative versions of yourself? What might they say? What wisdom could they impart? Understanding the existence of parallel realities is not just an intriguing concept. It's a path to deeper self-knowledge and spiritual growth. When you begin to explore this connection, new ways of perceiving your life, your choices, and your potential unfold. Connecting with these parallel versions of yourself can be a powerful tool for personal development, as if accessing the accumulated wisdom of a version of you that may have already overcome the challenges you face today, or learning from a self that lives in complete harmony with the universe, expressing an elevated version of your potential. Each of these versions has something to offer, a perspective, a lesson, or even a direction. As you begin to energetically align with these versions, you not only transform your own reality, but also awaken to a field of infinite possibilities. Today, you will discover the signs that your parallel version might be sending you and how to communicate with it. We will embark on a deep and transformative journey where knowledge about parallel realities can be the key to unlocking a more conscious, abundant life aligned with your true purpose. Parallel realities are a fascinating concept that, from a spiritual perspective, suggests that the universe is composed of infinite coexisting dimensions. Each of these dimensions houses different versions of ourselves, living lives that are reflections of the infinite possibilities our choices, thoughts, and energies can manifest. Spiritually, it is believed that these multiple realities are created through universal consciousness, where each thought and intention generates a new branch in the universe, forming a new reality, where a version of us experiences a different story. In some of these realities, we might be living the life we desire, while in others, we face different challenges, all shaped by the vibrations and choices we emit at different moments of our existence. Quantum physics offers a complementary view, suggesting that the universe operates within a field of infinite possibilities. The concept of quantum superposition indicates that subatomic particles, and by extension reality itself, can exist in multiple states simultaneously. This implies that on a fundamental level, all possible realities already exist simultaneously, and our consciousness, through its decisions and energies, collapses these possibilities into a single experienced reality. Thus, the existence of multiple versions of ourselves in different realities is not just an esoteric theory, but an idea that resonates in both the spiritual and scientific realms. Each version of ourselves represents a part of our infinite potential, living realities that, although separated by thin frequency barriers, are deeply interconnected by the consciousness that creates them. These versions of us, living in distinct realities, are not disconnected. On the contrary, they may be constantly trying to communicate with us, sending signs and messages that can guide our path and decisions. But how do we recognize these signs? How do we know if a version of ourselves in another reality is trying to communicate with us? Let's explore the most common signs that may indicate this connection. Have you ever felt that something at a particular moment seems strangely familiar, as if you've lived that experience before. This sensation, known as déjà vu, might be much more than just a trick of the mind. In many cases, déjà vu is an indication that you are tuned into a parallel version of yourself. It's as if, for a brief moment, the barriers between realities dissolve, allowing you to glimpse an experience that another version of you has already lived. Beyond this feeling, synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem too well aligned to be merely accidental, can be clear signs that a parallel version is trying to communicate with you. When you repeatedly encounter certain numbers, symbols, or events, it can indicate that something greater is at work. These synchronicities serve as reminders that parallel realities are connected in ways that we often do not consciously perceive. It's as if the version of you in another reality is guiding your steps, using these coincidences as a means of communication. For example, imagine you're considering a career change and suddenly start noticing the same symbol, perhaps a logo or a specific word, in various places, like ads, social media, or even in casual conversations. This repetition could be a way for a version of you in a reality where this change has already occurred to try to point you in a certain direction. It's a call to pay attention to the signs around you and consider what they might be trying to reveal. Another sign of communication with parallel versions of yourself is through dreams. Dreams are not only portals to our subconscious, but can also be windows into other realities. Particularly vivid dreams, those that feel real and leave a lasting impression, might be manifestations of experiences lived by parallel versions of yourself. When you dream of a life that seems different, yet strangely familiar, or encounter people you don't know in waking life, you may be accessing memories or experiences from another version of yourself. Lucid dreaming, where you become aware that you're dreaming and can even control the dream, is another powerful indicator. During these lucid dreams, you can consciously connect with other realities and explore these alternative versions of yourself. The key is to pay close attention to the details of these dreams, the places, the people, the emotions, as they may carry important messages guiding your choices or alerting you to aspects of your life that need attention. For instance, if you repeatedly dream of a situation where you're living a life you desire but haven't yet achieved, this could indicate that this reality already exists in another dimension and is within your reach. Interpreting these dreams requires introspection and often meditation upon waking to capture the essence of what was experienced. Another sign is the feeling of being out of place, as if the reality around you doesn't quite fit. This phenomenon, often described as a sense of being out of time or place, can suggest that you are momentarily tuned into a parallel version of yourself. This disconnection from the present can occur suddenly, as if for a moment you don't fully recognize your surroundings or have the impression that you should be somewhere else. These experiences, while disconcerting, can indicate that realities are overlapping and your consciousness is adjusting to these different frequencies. For example, you might be in a familiar place, but suddenly feel that something is off, as if experiencing a lapse between realities. This feeling can be a subtle message from a parallel version of you, suggesting reflection on where you are and where you could be if you followed a different path or made a different decision. Intuition is another clear sign. We've all experienced moments of intuition, that inner voice that guides us towards something without any apparent logical reason. But what if these strong intuitions are actually forms of communication from a parallel version of you, trying to guide you towards the right path? These intuitions can arise as an irresistible feeling that something needs to be done, even if you don't fully understand why. It's as if a part of you in another reality, where the choice has already been made, is sending you a message to act in a certain way. Sudden changes in behavior, where you start acting differently without a clear explanation, can also be signs that a parallel version of you has influenced your current reality. Perhaps you begin adopting new habits, interests, or even changes in your daily routine without fully understanding the origin of these changes. This can be a reflection of a deeper connection with a version of you that has already incorporated these behaviors and is now projecting this energy into your current life. When you notice signs that there is communication between your parallel versions, the next natural step is to learn how to align your energy so that this connection becomes clearer and more powerful. Vibrational attunement is a practice that can be cultivated daily, allowing you to get closer to these alternative versions and integrate their lessons into your present life. Everything in the universe is energy, and this energy vibrates at different frequencies. Every thought, emotion, and action you take emits a specific vibration that resonates with certain realities. When we talk about parallel realities, we are referring to distinct vibrational states that coexist simultaneously. The version of you that lives a life of abundance and inner peace, for example, vibrates at a higher frequency that attracts these experiences. To align with this version, it's essential to understand that vibrational frequency is not fixed. It can be raised or lowered based on the quality of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Basic techniques to raise your vibration include practices like gratitude, forgiveness, and compassion. When you cultivate these feelings, you raise your frequency, drawing closer to versions of yourself that already live in more harmonious states. For instance, by practicing daily gratitude, you tune your energy to a reality where abundance is already a natural part of your life. This simple yet powerful practice can transform the way you experience your current reality, bringing you closer to the version of you that is already living in a state of fullness. However, raising your vibration is a continuous process, and consistency is key to maintaining this alignment with your parallel versions. Incorporating daily routines that sustain a high frequency is fundamental. These practices can include meditation, physical exercise, conscious eating, and even the conscious choice of words and thoughts throughout the day. Meditation, for example, not only calms the mind, but also cleanses negative frequencies that may be blocking the connection with your higher versions. Similarly, maintaining a diet rich in natural and nutritious foods contributes to physical and mental well-being, creating a cleaner and more receptive energy field. The intention with which you perform these practices is equally important. It's not enough to follow a routine mechanically. You need to bring a conscious intention to align your energy with the version of you that you wish to manifest. Each habit you adopt should be seen as a step toward this desired reality, like a bridge connecting your present with your maximum potential. In this process, meditation becomes a powerful tool because it allows you to enter altered states of consciousness where the barriers between different realities become thinner. If you want to manifest more peace and harmony in your life, during meditation, you can visualize yourself in a serene environment, feeling calm and at peace. Allow yourself to completely absorb this sensation as if you were already living this reality. Over time, this practice will align your vibration with this version of you, making this experience more present in your daily life. But none of these practices will be fully effective without a deep level of perception and awareness. It's essential that you consciously observe your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to ensure they are in harmony with the frequency you wish to emit. Self-awareness allows you to identify negative patterns that may be keeping you stuck in an undesirable reality. That's why it's so important to practice self-observation to increase your awareness. Try to take a few minutes each day to reflect on how you're feeling and what thoughts are dominating your mind. Ask yourself if these thoughts and emotions are aligned with the version of you that you wish to manifest. If they are not, make conscious adjustments, replacing negative patterns with positive ones. As you attune your energy, you'll begin to perceive signs and messages that seem to come from a deep, familiar place, yet feel mysterious at the same time. Interpreting these messages requires a combination of self-awareness, intuition, and practice. When you encounter signs from your parallel versions, the first reaction might be one of doubt or confusion. As discussed before, these signs can manifest in various forms: a recurring dream, a persistent feeling of déjà vu, synchronicities that defy logic, or sudden intuitions. The key to interpreting these signs lies in the practice of conscious observation and trusting your intuition. Interpreting these perceived messages and signs begins with recognizing and validating these experiences. Don't ignore or dismiss what may seem like a simple coincidence or a strange dream. Instead, write down these experiences, reflect on them, and observe the patterns that may arise over time. For example, if you keep dreaming about a particular place or person, it could be an indication that a version of you in another reality is trying to guide you to a similar experience in your current life. You can also use meditation as a tool to explore these signs in a deeper state of consciousness. During meditation, focus on the sign or message you received and allow your intuition to guide you toward its meaning. Intuition plays a crucial role in interpreting these signs. Often the message may not make sense immediately, but your intuition can offer valuable insights into what it truly means. Trust your inner voice and the feeling that accompanies these experiences. If something feels right or resonates deeply with you, it's likely you are on the right path to correctly interpret that message. After interpreting the signs, the next step is to integrate the lessons learned into your daily life. This integration doesn't need to be immediate. It can occur gradually as you become more aware of the changes that need to be made. Applying these messages from your parallel version means being open to new ways of acting, thinking, and feeling. If a parallel version of you is guiding you to take a specific path, consider how you can adapt that advice to your current reality. For example, if you feel a strong intuition to change careers, even if it seems scary, this could be the push you need to align your life with your higher purpose. Another practical example might be the persistent feeling that you should explore a new hobby or skill. This feeling could be a message from a version of you that has already mastered this skill and is experiencing great joy and fulfillment through it. By following this guidance, you not only expand your capabilities, but also connect more deeply with that parallel version of yourself. Imagine that you have always had a subtle urge to learn a musical instrument, but for some reason, you never took the plunge. This urge might not just be a passing interest, but a deeper call from a version of you that has already embraced this talent and found it to be a source of immense happiness and self-expression. By acknowledging and acting on this inner prompting, you begin to tap into a stream of creativity and joy that might have otherwise remained dormant, enriching your life in ways you hadn't anticipated. The importance of integrating these messages lies in how they can create a more authentic and aligned life. Every small adjustment you make, every decision based on these insights, brings you closer to the ideal version of yourself that already exists in another reality. The process of aligning with your parallel versions and applying their messages in your daily life can be seen as a path of personal and spiritual growth. Each new understanding, each change in behavior, each decision made from these messages propels you toward a higher version of yourself. This alignment not only accelerates your growth, but also expands your consciousness beyond the limits of what you previously believed possible. As you align more closely with these parallel versions, you may begin to notice subtle yet profound shifts in your everyday experience. Relationships may deepen as you approach them with newfound understanding and empathy. drawing from the wisdom of a version of you that has mastered these connections. You might find that challenges that once seemed insurmountable now appear as opportunities for growth, as you draw strength from a parallel self that has already overcome similar obstacles. Your perspective on life may shift from one of scarcity to one of abundance, where you recognize the infinite possibilities that lie before you, simply waiting for you to choose them. You begin to realize that your current reality is just one of many, and that you have the power to choose which one you wish to live in, based on the frequencies you emit and the choices you make. With every step you take, new doors open, revealing more layers of your true essence. Each decision becomes a deliberate act of creation, shaping not just your personal reality, but also influencing the collective consciousness. As you consciously choose to embody the highest version of yourself, you contribute to a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate environment, touching the lives of others and inspiring them to do the same. Aligning with your parallel versions not only guides you toward a fuller life, but also connects you more deeply with the unity of the universe, where all versions of you coexist in harmony. This deeper connection brings with it a sense of peace and fulfillment, as you come to understand that you are part of a much larger, interconnected tapestry of existence. Through this integration, you are not just shaping your reality, you are evolving as a being, opening yourself to infinite possibilities for growth and fulfillment. Every message received, every sign interpreted, every decision made becomes a catalyst for a life that truly reflects who you are in all your dimensions. As you continue on this journey of alignment and growth, remember that this is not a destination, but an ongoing process. There will always be new signs, new lessons, and new opportunities for expansion. Embrace this process with curiosity and an open heart, knowing that each step you take is bringing you closer to the realization of your highest potential. Trust that the universe is always guiding you, and that your parallel versions are there to support you, offering their wisdom and insights whenever you are ready to receive them. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit from this message.